Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. I believe I've hit the wall. Where do I go from here? You know, these last few days, man, I've been in a funk. And no matter what I try, man, I can't break it. I tried reading last night. I got 2 pages in, man. That was it. You know, I just don't have the energy or the motivation anymore these last few days. So when I woke up this morning, I knew exactly what it was. You've hit the wall. You've gone as far as you can go over here. It's time to do something else. What? Because over these last 6.5 years, you know, going on 7 years, man, I've accomplished a lot, man. I've been busy. I've done a lot. And it's time for me to do something else. It's time for me to set another goal, to reach another plateau. That's what it is, man. I'm not going to panic because I've been through this before. Maybe this is what a 62-year-old man is supposed to feel like sometimes. But I don't want to be here, but I don't want to leave. I miss home, but I don't want to go there. We've got some trips lined up for next month. I know that's going to help. But, you know, I'm sharing this because, you know, as men, you know, we're taught to be stoic and, you know, self-reliant. Don't reach out for help. Don't talk to anybody about our problems. And I believe that's why we get so many sugar-coated videos on YouTube. Nobody really tells you when they're struggling. I'm struggling right now, but guess what? I know what to do, though. I know what to do. First of all, to talk about it. You know, I'm just going to sit around and let it build up. But maybe I can help somebody. Because I've heard other people talk about it. It's called the 7-year itch over here. As I'm approaching 7 years over here, you know, things are starting to slow down. You know, I feel like, you know, where do I go from here? What else is next? I know one thing. I was talking to Merlin today. We're getting ready to rent another place near the beach. When I go near the beach, man, it's like that's my remedy. That's my cure. But it's not depression. It's not anxiety. It's just that it's time for me to set another goal. Maybe I should run a marathon. Maybe I should walk from St. Carlos City to Dumaguete again. So I went through this before. I had made a list of goals that I wanted to reach around 2010. And I reached them all except for, you know, I wanted to meet Barack Obama at that time, but I have no, you know, I don't want to meet him anymore. He was something different to me then. That's all it is. It's time to, you know, to break out of the shell. You know, I've gotten complacent. You know, today marks 3 years since our guest house was completed. Maybe it's time for me to go ahead and get started on that other small house over there in Toledo City where we bought that land. Just a lot going through my mind. I just want to let you know that every day over here, I'm not motivated. You know, some days it's not there. But instead of me just holding it in and waiting till it passes, I just want to talk about it today. Because it's going to happen to you. It's happening to me and right now watching this channel. But they're not going to tell anybody. This would be a good time if I had 3 or 4 friends that we could go get together and go to Boracay or go to Penglai or go somewhere, fly to Thailand or Vietnam or something like that. And if you're in a good position where you can do that, you know, I applaud you, do that. It's very important, man, to have an outlet, you know, when you're 8,000 miles from home. But this is normal, what I'm feeling. And that's what I'm talking about. It's nothing abnormal. It doesn't mean I'm weak. Doesn't mean I've got regrets. It means none of that. It's just life. You know, in recovery, they call it life on life's terms, really. That's all it is. But yeah, I just woke up in a funky mood again, and I'm gonna keep on until I break through it. The first thing to do, is to talk about it and figure out, my plan of action. Where do I go from here? The 7-year itch is on my back, man. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. Just some more real life stuff, man. I believe that's why we get so many sugar-coated videos. People don't really want to show you what really goes on over here. I mean, I'm still on planet Earth. You're still going to go through stuff over here. And you're still going to have problems that you're going to have to find solutions to. When you come over here, all that is not going to disappear. I've been through this over here. Usually about every 6 months, I'll get frustrated with stuff. I get irritable. My patience wears thin. But this is different. This is different this time. Because the longer I've been here, the longer those periods, the less frequent those periods come. But this has been going on for about 3 or 4 days. I'll make plans with Merle, and let's take the kids here. Let's take the kids there. And then 5 minutes later, I change my mind. Let's go to Sapar Way. And then it's like, forget it. So if you ever going through something like this, are you going through something like this now? First thing you want to do is share it. And then you got to have a plan of action. I'm going to do my live stream, and then I'm going to the gym. That helps, man, when nothing else helps. Then maybe I'll text a couple of my friends and see if they available. Maybe we can go out and have lunch or dinner and just talk our talk like we normally do. But I wanted to put this out there, man, because you don't have to be the tough guy. You don't have to go through this stuff alone by yourself. It's going to hit you eventually. Will it take 7 years to hit you? I don't know. But it's going to hit you. You start reflecting. You start saying, you start reassessing everything you've done. And you have to be motivated. You have to find some gratitude. And when I look all around me and seeing all that I've accomplished in the 7 years, I get some gratitude. Knowing I've got people here that really care about me. Will they understand what I'm going through? Probably not. Even if I talk to Merle and she's not going to understand. I've been 43 before. She's never been 62. But this too shall pass. But sometimes, paradise comes crashing down on you, man. And you get, frustrated. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like, no matter what decision I make, it's probably not going to be the right one. It's probably going to come with some type of consequences. Sometimes it just means just sit still and let it pass. I'm older now. I'm wiser now. I'm not going to panic like I did in 2010 and just throw everything away. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, finding your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Don't panic if you go through something like I'm going through right now. Helping other people is going to be part of my solution too, see? Because I was told when all else fails, helping another human being will save the day, see? I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get to the other side. But don't feel like because you're a man that you can't share your feelings, that you can't share your vulnerabilities. That you always got to be this stoic, self-reliant robot, basically. Don't do that, man, because you'll end up blowing your brains out. It's time for me to go to another level, to reach another plateau. That's all it is, guys. Don't panic. But yeah, I've hit the wall. The 7-year itch is on my back. But I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm going to ride this thing through.